welcome back to my channel, you guys. This is another come clean with me video or watch me clean video, you guys. All right, y'all, so it's early in the morning. It's about 5:30, 6 o'clock here in the morning, you guys, and I've been up all night long, you guys. My grandbaby has been feeling bad. He has a fever, a cold, and I've been up off and on through the whole night dealing with him, and I wasn't able to clean up my kitchen after we all ate dinner today, you guys. The word for today, you guys, is be still. Don't move. Don't rush nothing. Wait on the Lord. Wait on God to guide you through whatever process, whatever it is that you're going through. Wait on the Lord. Stop rushing everything, okay? Because if you wait on God, everything that you do from this point on out will work out in your favor, okay? All right, y'all. With that being said, I'm going to start washing these dishes today, okay? All right. And y'all, I'm trying to be as quiet as I possibly can when it comes to these noodles. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can to get these dishes washed. So for the second time, I have to get these dishes washed up because I have to get ready to take my oldest grandbaby to school this morning. I got to get him up, get him ready, and drop him off to school this morning. Then I got to come back here and look after my 11-month-old grandbaby because, like I said before, he hasn't been feeling so well. And then my daughter, we have been going back and forth with taking care of him. So I'll sleep for a little while. I'll sleep for a little while, get up, deal with him. She'll sleep for a little while, get up, deal with him. And this is what we're doing all night long. He up right now. I'll be back, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm back. Just trying to stay as quiet as I can. So I just went back there and I gave him his bottle. Poor baby. Poor baby, y'all. Did I tell you guys the story? I guess I just start off by saying y'all want a story time. Well, if you don't, you're gonna get one anyway. Alright. Let me tell y'all a story about the time I was in a very, I wouldn't say it was an abusive relationship, but it wasn't that abusive relationship. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say it was a toxic relationship that I was in. And this had to be right around the time, right after I had my baby girl. Right after I had my baby girl. So I was dating this guy, and he moved in with me and my kids, and everything was going really, really good in the beginning, as it always is. You know, most relationships, you know, things, you know, start off good. You know, you're in love. You know, you're in that stage where you're in love and you just want to be around each other all the time, and you know, stuff like that. To cut a long story short, guys, I ended up finding out that this man had an addiction, a bad addiction. And when I found out that this man had an addiction, I tried to break up with him. And we got into a huge, I never forget, we got into a huge argument because I was trying to get his stuff out of my house. And at that particular time, I was living in a townhouse, right? I was living in a townhouse. And so we got into a huge argument because of what I had found out. And I'm the type of mom, y'all, I don't want that type of stuff around my kids. I don't want nobody dealing with that type of situation around my kids, because I don't want nobody dealing with that type of situation, you know, to bring me down. You know, stop me from trying to do what it is that I want to do in life. And not to say that he was, I just did not, this thing is tight. I just, you know, felt like it would be best if we two would just go our separate ways. So, but before I had found out, we had been together for about a year. We've been together for about a year. And like I said, once I found out about it, I asked him to leave. And he acted like he wasn't going to leave my house, y'all. This man acted like he was not finna leave my house. So I proceeded to go upstairs, y'all, to grab this man's clothes and take his clothes downstairs. And he came upstairs behind me. We upstairs and we're in the bedroom and we're fussing. I mean, y'all, we going in it. We just fussing. And so I took his clothes. Instead of me taking them downstairs, I threw them downstairs. And as I turned around to throw his clothes downstairs, this man pushed me down the daggone stairs, y'all. Mind you, my baby had to have been no more than about 6 months old, y'all, at the time. And yes, she was in the house, but she was downstairs in her crib. And when he pushed me down them stairs, y'all, I landed. When I hit the bottom of them stairs, I mean, I skipped every single stairs. It was like, boom. And when I hit the bottom of them stairs, I end up breaking my wrist. My bone was protruding through my skin, y'all. So, he ended up calling the ambulance and getting me help. And my cousin lived around the corner from me, and my sister stayed around the corner from me at the time. And they ended up coming over to the house to get my kids while I was waiting on the ambulance to come. And my hand was just flopping, y'all. I mean, it was just flopping. And so anyway, give me 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all. So I'm back. So like I was saying, so when the ambulance got there, along with the ambulance came the police, because my cousin, you know, when he called the ambulance, he didn't tell them what he did. My cousin ended up calling, you know, the police, and, you know, she ended up telling them, you know, that he had pushed me down the stairs and whatnot. So when I got to the hospital, You know, police officers, you know, they come in your room, they want to investigate, they want to find out, like, what's wrong, what happened. Because I'm sitting up there with a broken wrist and my bone is sticking out. And so I go in and tell them, you know, what happened and what he had did to me, and, you know, things like that. And pretty much that was the end of our relationship. Pretty much. That was the end of our relationship, you know. Pretty much that was the end of our relationship, because I went into the hospital because they had to end up doing surgery on my arm. They ended up putting a rod, you know, in my arm, and it was like a long bar type of rod. So it connected from here, you know, into my wrist right here. And if you can look at my arm, you can see where it was at, which was right here. It was right here to right there. No, here, where you see the slits at in my arm. So the rod went out from here to here. And so when I got home, I really didn't have that much help when it comes to taking care of my children. I called my children's father. Well, I called her father, my baby girl's dad, and asked him, you know, could he, you know, come over and help me out with her because of the situation that I was in. But of course, he had his own little situation going on at the time, and he wasn't able to come and help me. So my sister ended up coming and helping me throughout that situation, y'all. Thank God for my sister. But anyway, she ended up coming to help me, you know, during that situation. At least until I got a little bit better, to the point where I was able to at least hold my daughter with one arm and, you know, do things around the house. But I healed up kind of fast. I ended up getting the rod taken out of my arm, you know, within about 2 to 3 months time frame, I think it was. I ended up having to go back in, and they ended up having to take that rod out of my arm. And y'all, that was one of the most painful, besides me falling down the stairs. It seems like I really didn't feel that pain of my wrist actually breaking. Maybe because I was in shock and my adrenaline was going so fast. My adrenaline, I can't say the word right. My adrenaline was so high. But when he took that rod out of my arm, y'all, that hurt. That really hurt. But yeah, so like I was saying, that was like the end of that relationship. And from that point on in my life, I felt like I was just gonna focus on me and my kids from that point on, you know. Just focus on me and my children, you know, and my trust level like went out the door when it came to being in relationships. You know, I didn't really trust anybody, you know. And so for a long time, I ended up, you know, I was by myself. I was a single mom, you know. I ended up going back to school. I ended up getting my my CNA license. Ended up going back to school, ended up getting my CNA license. And, you know, just moving on with my life. And that's what I did, y'all. But it wasn't the end of him, because he, you know, kind of like stalked me for a little while after that incident. He stalked me for a little while, so I ended up moving out of town. He ended up coming, finding out where I had lived at out of town. And then eventually, you know, he ended up moving on once he realized that I wasn't going to go back to him, you know. But yeah, so I ended up just focusing on my kids and going back to school and stuff and just working. Yep. I just want y'all to know a little bit about my life. You know, I did skip over some parts or whatever, but those were that was a major part, or whatever the case may be. I say that too to say this. You know, sometimes it's just best to be still and wait on the Lord, especially when you're looking for a mate in life. Sometimes it's best not to move, because I really felt that if I would have waited on the Lord, I probably would eventually ran into somebody that would have been a lot better for me, instead of wasting my time dealing with that person and being in that situation. Because it wasn't like there wasn't any red flags. I mean, there was some red flags in the beginning of that relationship that I kind of like overlooked. Now my grandson then got up. He's in there waiting for me to come get him ready for school this morning. He's up a little bit too early. Usually I wake him up about another 30 minutes or so, but he's up. I really didn't have a lot to clean up in this kitchen, but I just wanted to get it done so that my focus and attention can be on my other grandbaby when I get back from dropping my oldest grandbaby off to school this morning, y'all. All right. And I thank you guys so much for watching my video this morning and listening to my story time. And if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give me a like and also subscribe to my channel as well. You guys have a blessed day.